So when you're doing strength training, there's a couple of different ways to do it. And what I mean by that is there's different types of muscle fibers, and each of those fibers get activated depending on the style of the reps and the different types of volume that you're doing in terms of the training. So what I mean by that is at the end of the day, if you want to focus on becoming very strong, lifting a lot of weight, you would typically do less volume but more intensity. So that's why here at Project Evolve, we have a strength phase, which would be your classic 5x5. That's one of my favorite programs. Okay. So the next one would be if you want to gain size, meaning you want to pump the muscles full of volume and full of blood to make them bigger, to get the size bigger, you want to stick with that bodybuilding range of like 8 to 12, give or take. After you get past 12 reps, then you enter into endurance. So a lot of people think that if you just keep doing more reps, that it's actually going to be more beneficial. But in reality, 8 to 12 is the happy medium. That's where you want to be for that size, the toning, the definition. Once you get past that, it's just endurance. You're working on muscular endurance. You're not really going to get much benefit out of gaining size and being toned by doing more. So a lot of our clients, when they're starting this style of training, they're so used to doing time-based workouts like boot camp, CrossFit, that kind of stuff, which is all about 30 seconds, go, go, go. The goal is when you're leaving, you should feel hot and sweaty. When you're doing strength training, it's a little more technical that, and there's a little bit more science behind it. And the goal is you should be failing almost on the given rep range for that program. If we're doing a strength phase, you should be failing on the fifth rep and you should be almost dying. If the goal is we are in a muscle gain phase, you should be almost failing on the 12th rep. And then for an endurance phase, you should be failing at the 25th rep. And it's important to have these three different cycles because you don't want to just be super strong and look like a twig or not have any muscle at all. You also don't want to have a lot of muscle and be super weak. And you also cannot do either of those things if you get winded walking up a flight of stairs. So they're all important to be a well-rounded person, but do not get that confused. More is not always better. Sometimes less is better depending on your goal.